all started on one radio station. The works of one chef. But the dream is so big, so bright, and so far. He's taking this show higher than ever before. Higher than you can even imagine. The Chef Hour is going on the internet for the first time ever. The explosion of culinary enthusiasm, music genres from all over, just from your personal host, Chef Pete, who curates it from his personal albums and genres and selections of playlists, thousands of music played right here with an all-new experience from the Chef Hour, with Chef Hour News for culinary news, and the Chef Hour Radio, where he plays his personal hits and favorites right here, and it's starting right now.
flame, going hot, so hot, just like an oven. And I'll burn myself, I just had to touch it.
I don't know what you're waiting for.
Hey, baby, and we don't mind all the watching. Hi, cause if they study close, real close, they might learn something. She ain't nothing but a little doozy when she does it. She's so fine tonight. And as long as I got my suit and tie, I'll be there on the floor tonight. And you got this up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. You know that I love. Funky, funky. Keep on, when the ball stops. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on, when the ball stops. Don't stop till
to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night for good fun.
70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
You're listening to Chef Hour Radio. You are listening to Chef Hour Radio here. I'm your host, Chef P. I am in the studio here today doing something a little bit differently, as you heard earlier at the start of our show, of my show, I should say. Trying something new out and see how it goes. Everything else. And also, too, looking at starting Chef Hour News on the YouTube channel as well. This all derived, again, from a little radio station out of Atlantic Cape Community College in Mays Landing. So with that, more culinary news is coming up. I did take a little hiatus just to kind of get through school and everything else. Studying here at Montclair State. Can't say I can't really uphold everything, but my time management skills are definitely improving, that's for sure. So just want to give a little blurb out there, introduce you, invite you to join in. I'm going to try and do shows, at least have the shows up on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. I'm going to try to keep the same format as I did at the Montclair State University radio as well. That seemed like the best time slot there. Unfortunately, it will not be live. It'll be through either a video or a podcast. So keep a lookout for that as well. Also, too, I was locked out of my Facebook account, so I can no longer have access to any of my old files. I'm in the works of getting social media back up. So please, if you've been online recently, haven't seen a lot of posts recently, I have other people that are on the account that have access to it that have been trying to keep up with it, and it's greatly appreciated with that. But for myself, I definitely am in the works of trying to get back up on there, and you'll hear a lot more stuff from me in the future, especially as we come into the summer months here. Just to also kind of a heads up here, I will be taking another hiatus at the end of April, just probably about like around April 20th or so, 21st, to probably about May 20th, about a month hiatus during the final season, just so I can focus mainly on school and everything else. So if you haven't hear anything between and within the month between April 20th and May 20th, don't be alarmed. Nothing did happen to me either. So with that being said, enough of my jibber jabber and everything else. So let's go back into the music, which the reason why you're all here is to listen to music, right? And if you chose this channel and listening to my playlist and everything else, these are playlists from my personal library. And I just, as much as I love music is to cooking and everything else, music is like a lifestyle as well. That's why you have a lot of producers and everything out there. For me, I just like to listen to it for entertainment, and I like to kind of incorporate my show with what I like to listen to. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to give you some newer stuff for us college kids out there who like the club life. This is kind of a remix from an old song by Phil Collins. This is In the Air. This is Pansky and John Skyfield remix. You are listening to Chef Hour Radio, and I'll catch you chefs in a little bit.
valleys of the wilderness in time, only to find out that you have love in places I can't describe. Yeah. I need you. It's the sunrise. I just wanted to let you know I love you. Don't ever let go, 'cause the sun don't shine when you're not around mine. And I could never be without you. Saying the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine without you, without you. Through all the space and time, your love is mine. The sun don't shine without you, without you. When I saw you rise the other day, I felt my worries just seem to melt away into you, into you. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know I love you. Don't ever let go, 'cause the sun don't shine when you're not around mine. And I could never be without you. Oh yeah. Saying the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine without you, without you. Through all the space and time, your love is mine. The sun don't shine without you, without you.
You're listening to Chef Hour Radio.
Where it always feels good.
still. When my heart aches, I'm drowning still. When my heart aches, your love still. When my heart aches, I'm drowning still. When my heart aches, your love
just split ya. Head so hard that your hat can't fit ya. Either I'm with ya or against ya. Format bent ya. Back through that maze I sent ya.
The maze is a daze, I blaze, I will amaze. Smoking while you're loking with some California A's. Me and Big, what it is, get it in. Sipping gin with the hen in the alleyway. Banging the Callaway.
Talking to the rap inventor. Nigga with the game type fifth, that flame right. Spell my name right. B-I-double-G-I-E. Iced out, lights out, me and Caesar Leo.
S-N-double-O-P, Big D-O. Old school nigga, 84 El Camino. LBC, no, we love Big E-Do. I-E-Y, Meek and even Bernardino.
When we party on the West Coast, and it's smoking all night long. Keep it funky on the
Going back to Cali, strictly for the weather, women, and the weed. Sticky green, no seeds, bitch, please. Papa ain't soft, dead up in the hood. Ain't no love lost.
Y'all know I'm from the West, I'm the king to be exact. You better holler at me when you need that chronic sack. I got it all, one call, no star, on the ball. Winter, spring, summer, fall, listen to me, holla at you, dog. Words of the clever, forever multiply. Birds of a feather, preparing to fly. Perfection, selection, this is a B-I-G-D-P-G-C connection.
I'ma spell my name one more time, check it. It's the N-O-T-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. Sipping on booze in the house of blues. What it do?
when we party on the West Coast, drinking and smoking all night long. Keep it funky on the West Coast, and funky on the love West Side.
Spend about a week on Venice Beach. Y'all niggas is a mess, like I'm gonna stop.
listening to Chef Hour Radio. You are listening to Chef Hour Radio. This is your host, Chef Pete, radio DJ here. I've gotten a lot of questions in the past. Am I a DJ, my radio host, am I a chef? Well, I am a chef. Graduated from Atlantic Cape Community College back in May of 2018. It feels like so long ago, but in reality, it's only been like 2 years or so. But I've been working in the culinary field for a little over 5 years now, close to 6 years. I went to vocational school in my junior and senior year of high school, and just fell in love, just found a passion for culinary. And I know that the culinary arts, it is an art per se. Even though some people will argue the fact that it's a science, it is a science, but it's also an art too, because we are artistically creating more of a like plate design artistry per se. So what we do is basically we have the science component through the cooking, and then afterwards we have our plating, which is our artistic design. We particularly place food items on the plate. As you may see, like one of the popular chef movie, Grace, really depicts that how the plates are, how tasting menus, especially how the plates are done up. They're done in a particular way. And even if you follow these chefs online, Thomas Keller, Gordon Ramsay, Guy Fieri, Bobby Flay, one of my top 4 favorite chefs that I look up to. You can see that their plates are magnificent, and how all these different flavors that some of which you wouldn't even know that go together actually go together, which is the science component, and the artistry is the arts component on that plate, how the plate is set up. So taking that, I noticed there was really no way of a culinary or a culinary field, anything that involves the food industry type of news anywhere. So I just decided to kind of start that up, spreading the news out a little bit more, what's going on in the world, environmental wise as well. Try to have different co-hosts on to have different conversations. I started at first, just like everything else, any type of startup, it is a little rocky at first. But over the years, I've kind of incorporated and actually learned as well to have different, how to have different co-hosts on and what to talk about and everything else. Going on from that, how the radio became, that was how really the radio show became. And just being on a radio station and listening into different radios and everything else, how talk shows are done, how radio shows are done and everything else, I kind of incorporated that and be like, let me try something different and better. And in the culinary industry, we have the term D&B, different and better. And we try to make ourselves different and better, D&B. And so I was like, you know what, let me try to make the Chef Hour, at the time it was CP's Hour, then incorporated about 6 months to a year later, incorporated the Chef's Hour. Because at first it kind of just, me just going on the air, just kind of BSing and talking around with a couple of my friends and classmates and stuff like that. And I saw a different route with it, not just something just to go on air, just kind of just talk about it and kind of just, jibber jabber and all kinds of whatnot. And I figured out that maybe figure out a name and actually make this something. I saw a potential in it. And this potential led me to the Chef's Hour, which the show is, again, it's incorporating and developing. So then going to Montclair State and being on WMSC, which was fantastic. It was a great experience being on the radio station there. Not sure whether or not I want to at least go back, just go on air for a show or do some podcasts on there. I've been in talks with them, but that's a story for a different day. And so with that, I decided to take my show online. And this meaning that I don't have to be kind of secured or locked into one radio station. I can go wherever with it. And I thought that maybe this would be a better format for myself as well. Busy as I am, have to take hiatus here and there for the show because I can't physically get to the radio station, or I can't set up the show for that radio station to go on the air. And so with that, we come to here, the Chef Hour Radio going on to YouTube online. And also to the Chef Hour, which is still a radio show, but we're transforming the Chef Hour into two separate components, which is Chef Hour Radio and Chef Hour News. So the Chef Hour News component of it would be the news on YouTube. It was something I wanted to eventually do, especially back in Atlantic Cape at WRML when I was on air there. I was in talks with a couple of different my co-hosts that were on air and everything else. So it's like, what do you guys think about going on YouTube and doing a YouTube thing? And MT Echo, which is my buddy Demetrius, he does a lot of stuff on YouTube, and he says, I've been getting a lot of views on YouTube. You should, try to, not transfer completely, but kind of like transition over having like at least a show, or like record your radio shows with your co-host and post it on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool and everything else. And then when we got the new radio booth at the WRML, there was really no angle that I can set up my laptop or a video recording device like my phone to where I can get myself and the co-host, because the majority of the radio stations are the co-host is on one side with all the studio equipment, and then the guests or co-hosts are on the other side. And normally the guessing, like if it's a talk show, there is a DJ, okay, that sits behind the board, and then you have your host and co-host that sits on the other side. That's all, and that they do the show, and then on the other side with the DJ, they do the music for the show. Whatever needs to be done for the radio station priority. And so with that, there was no way I can have it angled up there. Normally, especially at WMSC, or at Montclair, on the show, we did a live broadcast on Facebook Live and on YouTube at one point. And we were, even though we were on social media, I'm still trying to transition on YouTube. And I was doing live, just selfie of myself being on air. And also too, if I had a co-host or a guest on the show, I would, whenever they were speaking or talking, they would have the spotlight of the video. And with that, kind of was a little hectic doing everything by myself. So I decided to wanted to still try to do something like that, but in a different format. And I think the online would definitely bring livelihood to this. And I thank you guys so much for everyone who's a part of my Chef Pete page, Chef Hour page. This is tremendous support that you've been giving me for this as well. I like to see something come about with this in the future as well. Because with myself, a little background now, what's going on at WRML, I was doing one day a news broadcast about child nutrition in public schools, and noticed that, okay, this is a problem that needs to be faced. And I saw a vision of myself saying, you know what? There needs to be change. Even though there is change going on, there needs to be more. And I want to be a part of that. So came to Montclair State. I came to Montclair State as a health and wellness major, and I decided to switch over to food systems and having a minor and a major in food system and a minor in sustainability science, which was geared to what I wanted to do, because just like everything in life, you find one path to go down, take it, and you're like, oh, this is not really the path, but hey, here's a similar path that is right up where I want, right up my alley, where I want to be. And so the food systems, everything that has to do with the food system, we can go on to that for hours. I can talk about that for hours. And there will be webinars and everything else. I will promote and everything else through the Food Systems Club, which I'm president at Montclair State. And that we'll be hosting some seminars, webinars about that. Food Systems 101, not only Food Systems 101, but future of agriculture tech. Please keep up to date. I will be announcing it on the show every so often when we'll be having these events, these webinar events. And so my main goal is to, open up a forum that incorporates my culinary skills, the food system skills put together in one, okay? And still have the radio itself as a component of just everyday livelihood, per se, and keeping this going as well as something to kind of not look upon, but kind of as not as a hobby, but another aspect of what I want to do as well. So with that being said, I do want to keep this show going. This is not geared particularly today as a talk show, but more or less as a little preview or sneak peek of what the Chef Hour will be and what will be like kind of a format of what will be set up in the future. So the Chef Hour Radio will be more towards either myself or if another one of my co-hosts or guests want to come on air to kind of put their music on here as well, that is certainly fine with me as well, and that will be put up here on YouTube. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we actually just heard a couple of songs from my Tropical House genre area. I am going to throw one more of those songs up and kind of having a discotheque kind of modern dance club, modern club theme going on here. With that being said, here is Just the Way You Are. This is the last Tropical House song that I'll be playing today for you all chefs. And this is by Bruno Mars. That being said, here we go, and I'll catch you chefs in a little bit.
Her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. And it's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you her lips, I could kiss them all day if she'd let me. Her laugh, she hates, but I think it's so sexy. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Oh, you know, I'd never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same. So don't even bother asking if you look okay. You know I'll say when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. The way you are. The way
to Funky Town. Why don't you take me to Funky Town? Oh, wait, we're done. This is your host, Chef Pete, here on CHR Chef Hour Radio. So, just to throw a little theme out there, maybe you guys, chefs, can kind of pick up on it. Heard this off of a show, don't remember which one it was, doing some themes. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds pretty interesting to throw in every once in a while. So we may or may not see this throughout the Chef Hour Radio series. If we do, we do. I'll give you a theme. You get to think about it, almost like a little game. And from there, you can go and try to think about it. And as I'm looking at something else here. Should be more focused than that. But then at the end of the 3 or 4 song set, I will go ahead and tell you what the theme I intended it to be. And if you're right, you're right. You get bragging rights. If not, then I'm sorry, but I guess better luck next time. So here we go. It's a 3-song theme set here, and let's see how well you do.
Hold me you, baby. Oh, love you, baby. Oh, love you, baby. When you're laying so close to me, there's no place I'd rather you be than with me.
if you guys, chefs, know what it is, I hope that you do. Because that theme song theme set was called Love. Because love is all you need, especially right now since we're all quarantined here due to the COVID-19. All we really need is love. Not saying go out and just start hugging everybody because apparently you're going to get arrested for that now. So I don't want to see that happen to you at all. So with that being said, chefs, please be loved, be kind, be caring. Always use precaution when you go out. Please stand 6 feet away. Always follows rules and guidelines, especially in the supermarkets. I know the supermarkets here in South Jersey, they're starting to put green arrows on the floor, making them one-directional aisles, just like one-way streets, which I thought was pretty cool, seeing that. And with that being said, let's get back on right into the music. Unfortunately, chefs, this is all I have time for today. Hope you join me again next time on the Chef Hour Radio here on YouTube. now broadcasting on YouTube and hopefully soon on social media platforms as well. With that being said, I have to get out of here today. I have some more classwork to get done and homework to do as well. I would like to try to get it done before tomorrow, which is April 1st. So hopefully everything goes very well. I'll catch you chefs next time because I'm out of here.
Let's leave town on a permanent vacation. Lock up the house, pack up the station wagon, make paradise our final destination. As long as we're out of here, there ain't no time like the present, they say. Let's cruise all the way down A1A, put the top down and catch a few rays. Baby, we'll be out of here. Anywhere you want to go, as long as it's sunny weather. Let the time fly by, I don't mind, as long as we're together. South of the border, there's a place I know where James Taylor sang about Mexico, and the sun's so hot we'll forget to go home. Baby, we'll be out of here. Anywhere you want to go, as long as it's sunny weather. Let the time fly by, I don't mind, as long as we're together. Maybe drive to the country, down to the lake, see if the catfish are jumping, set our bait, and if we come up dry, we'll just sleep in late. At least we'll be out of here, as long as we're out of here. Baby, let's get out of here. Out of here. Come on, baby, let's get out of here. Cruise down A1A. Go hang out in Key West for a little while.